Valhalla. So that community need to kind of be a little bit more tight where that is concerned. Um, yeah, man, everybody soon get a talk, man. Everybody who have queries soon get a talk. But I mean, you can always type something in the chat if you need to mention something urgently. So, so there are other titles that we want to support. A lot of persons might be asking even about FIFA. FIFA is very tricky. We're actually in direct conversation with Electronic Arts and the esports arm of FIFA themselves. I speak to one of the managers once a week, and there is something, we're working on a few things to try and get the license for FIFA, because if FIFA detects that we're using their game illegally, it can cause problems for us. So that's why we don't really rush the FIFA thing like that. Or when we're doing FIFA is on a small scale. Um, there are a few things that will be Street Fighter. Oh well, we can make that announcement soon. So, all right. So not only will we be doing um Mexico, but there is a possibility that we'll also be going to um no Sekai will not getting will not getting Counter Strike to be at IESF. We're not getting CS:GO and I for IESF this time. Sorry about that. So you have to really go try push for Fortnite. Jano. Um, yeah, the CS:GO kind of tricky with ISF now. ISF kind of, some of the stuff change up, and they're kind of focusing on some titles. So it's not that we're killing Counter Strike, but I mean, on a real though, I don't even know who really pushing the Counter Strike. I was supposed to be entering some other events, and the communication on CS:GO kind of, I'm not hearing any comments. The CS:GO seem to be so dead, but I mean, we can talk about it, but I feel like kind of like League of Legends, where we have the team form, but I don't know if we're tight enough for the team. So we can discuss it when I done talk still. Don't feel no way, but we could talk about it when I done. So for ISF, we're going to have we're going to be entering Tekken 7 because we have job bugs. So, and that is based on us getting qualified for the assistance to travel. So we're waiting from the president of the ISF to confirm if we'll be getting the travel assistance. Why? Because it's like $2,000 per ticket. So even if we're to send a CS:GO team, you're looking at, if we're to carry 5 people to CS:GO, you're looking at $1 million just for that. So really, what is happening for us, for Jabogs to head over to ISF is gonna cost about 2,000 something dollars. So that kind of rough. And people, um, please realize that traveling overseas is a big deal. So when we get the sponsors on board, we're trying to enter titles that we know will have a chance of placing high enough. You know what I mean? So we're looking into that. But for ISF, as I said, Tekken 7 is more than likely be the only thing that we'll be competing in. No, there was an announcement from Intel earlier regarding having something in the Olympics, and that included Street Fighter. So they said they're gonna start qualifying for that Olympic session from early 2020. So we will be pushing to get Street Fighter. They're doing that thing there. They're also doing Rocket League. I'm not sure if we have Rocket League players here. No man, CS team never scream all summer for nothing, man. We have to have a plan for CS:GO. We have to have a plan for CS:GO. So all right. So those are the three things that we have lined up for upcoming. And there is, on easy with the questions now. We need to try and answer as much as possible. So anyways, I think that's what we have on the agenda. So basically what I will try to do now is, since CS:GO seem to be like probably the hottest thing right now. I could talk to Sakai and see what we can do about the whole CS:GO thing because honestly, I haven't, I really haven't been in communication with Sakai for a while, so I'm not even sure what is going on with the CS:GO community. But I'm just gonna take a quick check because I am not even sure about CS:GO being in ISF this year either. So I could talk about Counter Strike quick.
Uh basically the CS team has already been preparing, alright? We've been preparing like during the summer and thing because we thought that the ISF thing was gonna happen this year.
Hmm.
And so like when I went on the ISF page, I think it's December 15th or something at the end of the year in
Hmm.
Korea. But they haven't announced the games yet.
Where
You feel me?
the games have been announced for. Well, I've received everything for ISF. That's why I'm going to check back my documents because they dropped League of Legends, which a lot of the
What?
federations a lot of
Nani?
the yeah man, they dropped League of Legends for Dota 2, which some for like a country like one of the South American countries was literally pissed because their government give them a lot of money just for League of Legends practicing. So they've built their entire federation around League of Legends, and then who for dog that they build the entire esports thing around League of Legends, and ISF never went with League of Legends, but it's not ISF fault. It's just that Riot kind of moving a little shady with the title and stuff, so they had to move to Dota as well. So um, but the thing about Counter Strike though, Sekai, is that it's not just ISF alone. Because remember, I say there are other events there, but we haven't been communicating like that to know what it is that you guys need to enter because it's easy for me to ask a sponsor to say, okay, let us pay some fees to enter maybe some of these online qualifiers that we can even get get. I know WESG may be coming around again as well, and you know if we enter WESG and we break out of our brackets within the region, then we'll have a chance of traveling. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be hard for me to say, all right, let's take up um 10 to 12,000 US dollars to send a team over when for the past year I really haven't seen much. I haven't, not, I don't know what's going on with the CSGO community, you know what I mean? So we need to keep,
Yeah.
so we need to talk a little more. And you don't know, Sekai, you kind of are the leader of the CSGO thing. So I mean, anything that you see on the horizon that you feel like we should enter, just shout me and say, yo, Greg, let's enter this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that way, when the time comes to travel, I can justify to a sponsor, say, yo, give me 15 grand US dollars, to make a set of guys travel. And the question going to be, are they going to do well? And I have to go say yes, because if I tell them no, then why the hell am I going to people for money? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I really feel we should try and dominate a lot of the online stuff. At least, go hard with some online stuff so that we can take it from there. But it's not dead. It's far from dead. And once you guys are really interested, I don't have no problem. But as I say, Fortnite is there, and I feel you have your skill level in Fortnite as well. So
Of course.
let's try and make it for Fortnite and see what can go on. All right. All right. So next question. What else? Somebody ask a question, type something. I don't see any questions on stream yet.
Sebly, you can unmute now.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
Nigger, 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 nigger.
Okay, what was that?
I have
Well,
a question.
that
I have a
was very
question.
much That was very much
Right.
Anyways, next question. Next question.
I have a question that wasn't funny, by the way, but I have a question. What
Okay,
about
go ahead.
games like
Yeah, I didn't hear what you say. You kind of chipped out a bit. What you say? Games like what?
Paladins.
Still never hear.
Yeah, I have bad Wi-Fi.
Gregory, Paladins. He's
Paladins.
talking
Yeah.
Oh,
about Paladins.
paladins. Oh,
Yeah.
paladins. All right. All right. Okay. Let me try and make a blanket statement here. Um, I have I don't have knowledge for every single title that's out there, and that's just the truth, right? So I don't know. So I really rely on the community to kind of advise me as well, because it's an open thing. What's going on with this guy though? Really? Um. Yeah. So I really do rely. That's why we try to have leaders in each game category, to at least somebody who can try and advise us to say, hey, let us do this, let us do that. You know what I mean? So if you guys are interested in doing something in paladins, I just need to be knowledgeable about it, because it's impossible for me to follow every championship or every every tournament that's out there, everything out there. So if there is something for paladins that the community is interested in doing, feel free to drop me a message or feel free to talk to somebody. I don't know if I don't remember what title it was that for Andrew. I don't remember what there was some other game that somebody was trying to get Andrew involved in, but I don't know
That
where that.
was I think it was so tell you the name of it. But he was supposed to get back to me with some info. And he
Yeah,
hasn't
and I
gotten
don't.
back to me yet.
Yeah, so I don't know. So I mean, it kind of, you see, what people need to understand is that every single day we're doing some work. You get what I'm saying? So and it's not necessarily work on the game titles itself. It is mostly work on the federation side of things, because there's a lot of administrative stuff that's going on, because we need to try and advance the federation as well. So if you guys start a conversation about a game and then it drop, you know what I mean? We have to also you guys also have to be serious somewhat, because we're willing to push for the community, but the community has to be able to push for themselves, if you understand what I mean. So if the community is strong, or you guys communicate with each other and having a thing together, then we can say, all right, let's try and push to enter some events, or let's try and push to get some training happening, what have you, what have you. So no game is discounted. It's just that we try and prioritize based on the resources we have, and also based on how much persons are interested. Cause you might have a one man that come and asks about Madden and stuff. I'm like, okay, we're going for Madden. I don't see anybody here doing Madden. You know what I mean? And sometimes people get upset because we don't. It's like we don't care about a game, but we don't. It's not that we don't care about a game. It's just that if the community is not there to back the game, it makes no sense for us to push or waste our resources on that. So any question from the stream hero? You checking the stream?
Yeah.
I see I have the name of that guy that I had to mute just now.
What is
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
What's the name?
Sal, sal,
Seb Levy. Seb Levy. I don't know what that was about.
That game here.
I'm already
Yeah, I
dead.
know the difference in
yeah.
band anyway. So.
I'm up on him. I'm gonna
You
send a
spell that game here?
question. Huh?
How you spelled his name?
Me message it.
All right, cool. No problem.
Any questions? Any questions?
I'm gonna send a question on the stream. Mate.
Okay. All right. So until we get another question, what we can do is talk about UTech. Anybody here that actually attends UTech? Um. So we
Okay, I got a
We more hear from
question.
you.
all right. So let me just speak a little about UTech first. So UTech is to Jabugs. So UTech now is, we have a room at UTech which most of you guys should know. So what we're trying to do now is organize weeklies, and we have I've appointed two persons to work with UTech, which is oh yeah, all right. Yeah, so two persons, which is XPG Video Games, that's Hopeton, and also Yuffie, which is Christopher Reed. They'll be in charge of work in the UTech community. So we're deciding on 3 days a week, which is I think Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, where we'll literally just be doing gaming activities and workshops. So, and it's not just 4 persons that attend UTech, it's open to the entire gaming community. So anybody wants to make the announcement, please feel free to reach up to UTech and chill out, meet people, play some games, um, and just help to grow the community. Because I'll give you one example. I went to a huge everything is huge. Anyways, I went to a pretty big company for a meeting on a project that I'm working on, and it was just, by the way, how do we get sponsorship from you guys? What have you? What have you? And they asked what was the size of our community. And I said, boy, with everything put together, we have a couple thousand people. What have you? And they're like, all right, check us back when you have at least 50,000 people in your community, right? 50,000 people. Now, I do believe that that is an attainable number where a community is concerned, because a community should not just be just persons who play games, but it really should be persons that that are interested in the industry on a whole, or fans, or that kind of thing. So I just need everybody to understand that in while we are pushing to go forward, we can be highly accelerated. We can sign a $25 million deal with this organization if we show that we have people in our community, if you understand what I'm saying. So, and the numbers that I speak with people are huge numbers. And sometimes I'm like, boy, I wish some of these guys will actually understand the kind of numbers that we're missing out on, just because it probably is not it's not serious to persons in here. I don't know how serious people take this industry or take what we're doing. But if everybody tries to put out some effort to bring in 10 persons, you know what I mean? We have 1,200 or more persons in there. If 1,200 people decided that they're going to bring 10 extra persons in there, you get what I'm saying? You jump to 12 grand. And then each person that you bring another 10 persons. You'll quickly to see how we'll be able to to grow the community. And that way it's easy for me to say, listen, I have 50,000 people in my community, and if you want them to be a part, or if you want them for drink your drinks, or you want them for eat your food, let's sponsor these guys. You get what I'm saying? So we're kind of just like, that is just the thought pattern and the mentality between all of this. So of course, and free food or what have you know what I mean? But some of these organizations, when they're spending money on marketing, I've sat on many meetings with marketing, and you have companies in Jamaica that's paying the television station like $150 million a year for retainer, not even for anything specific. You have companies out here paying the television station and the newspaper stations millions of US dollars to just advertise for them. So these companies have marketing money. So you can say to one of these companies, all right, instead of spending 150 million, spend 125, give us 25, and then we will help to make up those things. You know what I mean? So those are the things I have to take into consideration. All right. So since so much things thought, let me go back to this question that was asked earlier. Jeez, man, them.
Yeah,
Yo,
just
Greggy.
Yeah.
don't follow the chat so much.
All right. So something about no sleep gaming. All right. So it is not just going to be about no sleep gaming. We'll just make a blanket statement about all the teams. So if you have a team in Jamaica, or you put together a little clan or whatever, and you say you want to make it grow, um, I think the easiest way to make your team grow, and not just from a local perspective but an online perspective, whatever game you decide that you guys are going to play the game as a team, and just and also try to push your content. Try to start a team stream and try to push your stream, but do play things that you know people are going to be interested in viewing, or enter competitions. You have a lot of free competitions online that you can enter to start to build your name. Now, in order for the Jamaica Esports Initiative to be involved with your team development, we are not there as yet, right? Where that is something that is in the works to have full development. Right now, the development that we're working on is just getting a proper relationship with the university, and that's why we're trying to get the activities up there. So where the university is concerned, we're trying to show the university the level of interest that is there, right? So you can go to the university with your team, participate in some of the events, come to the qualifiers whenever we do have qualifiers, participate in that, and make people know that that is a team that's participating. Because, say, for instance, we have this Fortnite thing. When we did the first under construction, I was pretty impressed by the response that we received and the fact that persons were actually forming teams about it. So you had teams that would come in with like 15 members, and by the time them done, them have all 50 members on them team. You know what I mean? So you can do those things to try and build your team up. Unfortunately, there are not a whole lot of events outside of the console um industry that are LAN events, and everybody kind of would understand why. That's just because having proper gaming computers, like 10 gaming computers, is pretty expensive, which is something that we're working on as well. So there are things that are in the pipeline for us that will help to bridge all of this gap. Somebody asked about internet earlier. Yes, we have spoken to the telcos, and the telcos are listening, but they haven't acted as yet. And it's just because we're not as convincing right now. But there's going to be a shift where that is concerned. So we're looking forward to that shift. So if hopefully, fingers crossed that we'll get some attention from the telcos where internet is concerned. Um, when we actually build our development center, anybody who lives in the area, that you don't have to worry about internet. You just come to the development center and play. That is something that should happen soon as well. But for now, because we kind of been trying to, we did the EVA thing, and now we're trying to do the Mexico thing and South Korea and all of those things, it kind of causes us to be, kind of busy trying to get some of those things off. But we are not sleeping. We're not sleeping at all, and we're working really hard at getting stuff done. All right. Any questions?
I actually have one, Gregory.
Yeah. What's up?
What's the status on EPGA?
Oh, that's a very good question. All right. So EPGA, right, everything is kind of organized for it, but I purposely haven't pushed out or pushed the EPGA to start. One, because we're trying to figure out who the actual president is going to be at that organization. So we're talking to try and figure that out. But
Oh,
also
me.
the mission of the EPGA is actually to help gathering the numbers. But we were sidetracked with a few administrative things that would inhibit the EPGA from actually starting. So I'm just waiting for a few things to sort out, paperwork wise, so that we can get EPGA up and running. So I'm really trying to get it up and running before the year is over, because there's some activities that are on the horizon to start, and EPGA would be necessary for those activities to take place. So hopefully that will happen soon. Fat man, stay the JEI. Hold on, let me read this. All right. And actually, wins do they go on contract? All right. So that's a good question, Sakai. Now, going on contract will depend on if you guys will be willing to do what the contract stipulates. All right. Now, you going there and constantly win is one thing, but maintaining your wins, maintaining your practice, not having any interference from your parents or school or none of those things, because when somebody is contracted to work on a team, you have to end up your whole year end of the bargain. So we will have some requirements for anybody that is contracted as a full team person. Because when we do get funding, which we will be getting funding, I actually got a call from the Olympic Association today. So when we actually get our funding and say, all right, we're gonna put 100,000 US dollars towards salaries, I want to know who I gonna be able to tell them mother or them parents them I gonna stop go school and all them things. You get
Jano.
me?
You'll probably get lick out one iron to
I
rot
know
it.
who.
Yeah,
So
bro.
so
Why?
everybody all Sekai him, Sekai don't Sekai me know about you in a Sekai, so nobody with
It was the kind of weight.
it. But for persons who have the ability to do so, hence some of the guys highlighted in green, there's a possibility that the beauty about it is that if you actually go to UTech and you're in the skit program, we can always talk to Dr. Thorpe to actually give you credits towards the participation. But
That
if
would
you
be
don't
very nice.
if you don't go UTech then but you know those are the things that we're working on. But to answer your question, Sekai, yes, once we have the ability to pay and persons have the ability to do what they are asked within the contract, then that's certainly going to happen. And it's all of that has been written down and it's in proposals and people have that on their desk reviewing now. So, hopefully that day will come soon. Any other questions?
Someone did ask about Apex
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
tournaments.
yeah. Apex. All right. I don't know. Like somebody kind of have to update me on Apex because I haven't really been following Apex that much. I don't know. I heard actually Apex actually went to one of our federations and said that they wanted to launch Apex esports in this region so that we could take part in it. I haven't heard what is happening. I don't know what's going on for Apex esports. So just for people to know, the JEI is not going to keep a tournament just for keeping a tournament's sake because we're not trying to make money. Tournaments don't make money, right? What we're trying to do is when we host a tournament is for the sole purpose of contributing to the country's representation. That's all. That's basically what it is. So when you see the JEI involved in an event, is to either give people points for their participation, to rank people, or to qualify a team or something of the sort, to a fundraising event, something like that. But we don't keep tournaments just for hype. We're not a company about hype or nothing like that. We're strictly about development. So just bear in mind that is where we're. So if Apex Legends does not have a serious, and if most persons can remember when we just started, a lot of people were asking about Fortnite, and we said, listen, we're not going to pay attention to Fortnite until something is announced. And for like 6 months, Fortnite don't do nothing. And then one day you just see an article come out about Fortnite World Cup and a policy link me on that. And then that's when we started to kind of get the whole Fortnite thing going. So if somebody can inform me about what's going on in the Apex world, I haven't really seen much chatter from it. So, you know, only if it really is important for us to shift our focus and spend resources on. That's why we're not the Jamaica Video Game Initiative. We're the Esports Initiative. So anything that we do is specifically for that reason. We're going to stay in our lane. We're not going outside the lane. We don't have the resources or the time for that. To stay in our lane and working on building people, building everybody that's interested in the industry. Any other questions?
When am I going to be the president?
President of.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, next question.
But I was asking, I think it's Matthew Marshall was asking about workshop for Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 5.
Um. Well, that's a question for I guess you.
In
um.
pretty much it's similar to the answer you just gave. It depends
Yeah.
on interest. I
Mhm.
mean, Smash has the largest interest in terms of persons who wanted a workshop. So if there are several persons or more interested parties, games, then we have no problem with hosting that. Matthew is the only
Yeah,
person that
so
has asked about it so far.
well, I think when the UTech thing starts and we have the systems up there, and the games are there, we can just make an announcement that they're there and let's see how people respond to it. That's the best we can do. We can't force people to attend these things. We can put it out there. If nobody don't come, then whatever. Any other questions? Street Fighter, okay, that's cool. Well, one thing you need to do, Alien Microbe, you need to get a role though. Set yourself up with a role so that at least you can see a lot of the chatter that's going on. Any other questions?
I want to clear up something actually.
All right.
This is from a question earlier about Brawlhalla.
Right.
The incident that happened with Brawlhalla previously was online. He was asking morely about LAN, asking more about
Okay.
what's going to be happening for Brawlhalla in the LAN scene part.
Okay. All right. So pretty much for most titles, we will have the same response. I know the Brawlhalla community is based on the first stream that we had, which was pretty impressive. I realized that there's some activity going on in the Brawlhalla community. Um, but we still need to know what we're going to enter. You know what I mean? Because I think DreamHack was just the other day, and nobody from the Brawlhalla community came to me and said, "Hey, there's DreamHack going on," and we now have a direct link to Canada, so we could have work out something for persons to go to Canada to play Brawlhalla if that was the case. I just need to know what the community is interested in. Do not expect me to know everything. It's impossible. Even with us having our executive, because we're focused on growing the organization and balancing what needs to be played and what needs not to be played, we still need some input from the community. That is the whole point of this Discord server. The Discord server is to get everybody together who are interested in specific games to say, okay, we now come together. There's 15 of us, there's 20 of us, there's 30 of us. These are the championships that happens. We would like to qualify for these championships. And then that we'll put it in our agenda to say, all right, let's focus on this and focus on that. You guys probably still believe that we only care about the fighting game community, but I always repeat this: the fighting game community is very organized. It's very organized. They
And
they,
active,
they,
yeah.
kn- they know what they want, and you notice we don't play every fighting game. We don't even touch a Dragon Ball Z. We don't touch a Naruto. We don't touch certain games. We touch the games that we know people are serious about and people inquire about, right? That is why my intention was to have a team going to the ISF even before Evo, but the fighting game community present themselves, right? We're making plans for Call of
I,
Duty. I was literally making plans with Call of Duty to try and get some people overseas for Call of Duty. And the last qualifier we'll have is must be 2 or 3 team turn up. You know what I mean?
um,
So
can I just say something real
yeah,
quick
sure, go ahead.
pertaining to the Brawlhalla scene?
Yeah.
Um, all right. So recently, yes, we had the competition, the qualifiers for who go to the summer championships. I believe it was at that time.
Right. Right.
Questioning towards the Brawlhalla community and with the land play, it's rather hard to do because to get people going there and playing the games and getting a fair fight and whatsoever is not really that much easy. And plus, even if we pick people for the brawlhalla scene, we have people that play on a normal scale. Like when I say normal scale, I mean I'm talking like people like Jaximus. Jaximus plays on a normal scale because every time when we talk about Brawlhalla, he's normally there.
Isn't he
So
like basically the best?
Jaximus, yeah, you can basically see
Give the
he's a
man the props.
plat.
All right,
Yeah,
give
I'm
him the
giving him his
props.
props. I'm giving
All
him
right.
props.
All right.
Him bad.
So is basically then there's a few persons that might be committed to it. Let's see if we can
My
work
they're
work
more
with
than
those few
committed.
first.
Yeah, I think I can. If they put themselves forward, I am willing to work with them.
Well, I
Yeah.
can personally
Because
vouch for No Sleep. They've been grinding non-stop
no,
ever
no
since
sleep, no
ever
sleep.
since
That's
the one.
fact.
I rep no sleep, so I know that they grind hard. Like they
Oh,
play.
you rep No Sleep? Alright, we're the both of us rep No Sleep. Alright. Yeah, but
So
Joseph said, yeah, they've been working really hard. So I
they've been
mean,
working really hard in different games, and plus that you gave them the points that you gave them, Gregory, with streaming and playing a set game and so on. They've been playing a set game, but when it comes to streaming, I can help them with that because normally I'm on my
Okay, okay,
computer most
okay.
of the time. So when it comes to streaming, that's not a problem for us. So once they say that Team No Sleep is up for streaming and playing and training, they will tell you that they are there because they are dedicated to that game.
and they don't sleep. So yeah.
They don't sleep, like legit. They
Yeah,
don't
that's
All right,
sleep.
no sleeping.
And I'm working on
All right. So let me tell
YouTube
you, for
channel.
the Brawlhalla community, just present me with some info in terms of where you feel like a roadmap
Oh yeah,
is concerned. Say, all right, we're trying to get to this event by so and so, and in order to do
yeah.
that,
Because there's a whole lot of events I have in my mind that I want to put forward. So
yeah, and we can just sit down and pick and say, all right, let's work towards this, and I'll send out some sponsorship proposals and try to put
yeah,
some
yeah,
money
yeah.
together to send some
Because
people.
even DreamHack, I was legit following up with DreamHack, but I didn't know
Yeah,
that there were people that wanted to play DreamHack
I did not know
because
what I'm saying there. I didn't
Well,
know.
currently, right now, what No Sleep needs to get is it needs to make itself an official team because right
they
now
need
it's still.
what
So that's the
the
first
thing
thing
is
that
with
needs
no
to.
sleep. The thing with no sleep is that we need more structure. So if we get the structure, trust me,
All right.
we good.
So,
All right. Well, yeah.
what-
All right. That you guys figure that out while not sleeping, right? So, um, all right. I saw
Good one.
Minecraft esport, like Minecraft.
Minecraft
Right.
Yeah,
is
All right.
just ignore that. Ignore
no,
that.
I
no,
saw.
no, no. Minecraft is
What?
having a very good
Ignore
comeback
what?
right
Oh
now.
Why?
my
Why?
god.
hey, hey,
Oh
hey,
Why?
my
hey, hey,
god.
hey.
Why?
Fat man,
None
I'd like
of
to
them
speak. Fat
say
man, I'd like to
anything.
speak. Fat man, do I have the permission to speak?
Why are we ignoring Minecraft?
Fat man,
Oh my
do I have
god.
permission to speak? Fat man.
Yeah, man. Go
We
ahead.
triggered
All right.
Zayna.
Oh.
Dark Knight, be quiet for a little bit. My turn to speak. So Minecraft has had a very good comeback recently, okay?
Right.
And
It's
I've been grinding with a Hunger Games team for the past 2 months, okay? And I
yeah.
feel like the Minecraft esports scene is about to blow up.
All right. So if Minecraft has an esports scene, just somebody inform me about it,
Open up
and
my
I will.
computer.
I will try and work on
That's
that too.
Sekai's job.
I actually do believe Minecraft is really going to kick going big because a lot of persons reporting that streams are changing from Fortnite to Minecraft now, and statistics
Of course.
show that Minecraft is actually
No.
getting bigger.
Thanks to PewDiePie.
Not thanks to PewDiePie, thanks to the games
All right,
community.
I saw somebody speak about Gears 5.
Imagine.
Gears.
There's
Gears 5 is pretty
there is
huge.
not a structured enough community to even think about esports right now. That's my opinion.
Yeah, like
That Gears is
Gears. I know one time Gears would have a really big crowd, but that's like Gears 3.
yeah, Gears 2 Gears a very huge.
Anything
No,
Microsoft down still.
Yeah, that's really
yeah.
true.
Gears
If
is only
you
going
were
on the Xbox.
really tall, have a point, but nah,
There's no game that is. As I say, we don't have any intention of ignoring any game at all, but we
nah,
just
but
need to make
just
sense.
yeah.
No, but from the community standpoint, Gear 5 is not even it's hard to even beat it as a multiplayer. Oh damn, I can't speak. But Gears 5, it's just worse. The community is not even close to structured in terms of being an esports company. In terms of
Wow.
All right, well, yo, as I said, we staying in our lane. We're not trying to go over into the hype lane. It's all about work. So,
Yeah.
um, all right, what else was there? Yeah, any other questions?
I'd appreciate if Game Hero could just unmute me in the chat real fast. Thank you.
Oh, we can hear you.
in the chat.
No, as in
I
in
did
the
unmute you.
general chat. In the general chat, TD.
Yeah, I'd appreciate if I was unmuted as well. Thanks.
I'm not mute.
Why they can't type? No, like they can't type.
I
I
can't
guess.
talk. Whenever I type, it just my screen just shakes.
Yeah.
The
You
hell?
did send
No,
me,
okay,
I
no.
don't know you did.
Wait,
That
what?
that is slow. No, that is
What
slow mo.
did
We
you do?
turned that on because there were too many people typing it
No,
back after back.
as in it's been like 25
So
minutes and I
you
still
have a
can't send a
time.
message.
You type something and you have a maximum. Oh wow.
Yeah,
You
but
have
There's no
No,
countdown.
as in-
But
as
there's
in-
no
until
countdown.
you can
As in the
you can
time has
post
expired.
something
I
The
just
again.
can't
time
send
has
it.
We
Just
did
can't
that to
send
make
it.
sure that
My time has
everything we
gone
can
back up to
actually
6
see
hours.
and monitor
Never mind.
properly, and make sure that it will be easier for Gregory to actually read the questions.
All right, I
Okay.
got
Yeah,
you. But the
restart
time
the
has
No,
Discord,
expired.
no. Here's what you need to understand. The timer is gone,
Okay.
but
Yeah, but it's off right now for everybody. Just restart the Discord.
All right. All right. Oh. Yeah, Matthew. I don't know if Matthew. I saw Matthew asking about what is EPGA, and I see him asking about Mexico. All right. So he was suggesting that we have workshops for the Mexico tournament coming up. So I do believe that we should look at that, Andrew.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea as well.
So Samurai Showdown. I mean, I guess if you're doing Samurai, you can do Mortal. But as I said, Evo qualifiers starting in November again. So I think the workshops will be ramped up. So, for all of those fighting games. Like you can count on the FGC still. All right. Yeah. Any other questions? Nope.
Yeah, I have one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pertaining to like qualifiers and whatnot, like events and so on.
Uh-huh.
Are we going to have like somewhere like in the Manchester region? I know Fusion Core has been like doing proving grounds and so on, but I haven't seen much happening.
All right. Well, the thing about it is that whose PC is that? Chris. Chris, mute up, Chris. Yeah. All right. So for the Manchester region, that would be Zone A. Yeah, Proving Grounds. Jason runs that two times for the year, and what we're trying to do, we're trying to actually partner with persons. So if there were more persons in that area, we probably could look into partnering with them. But for now, Jason basically is the only person on that side that has an event. So if you want to assist in expanding that event or whatever his offering is, feel free to link
Yeah,
him
I
up.
would.
Yeah, feel free to link him up so that at least I don't know how well he knows the community in that side because he's really from St. Elizabeth. But if you have especially like even like NCU and all other schools and stuff, if you have the ability to speak to those guys or whatever, you feel free to link up.
Yeah, I have two places that would be happy enough to help with that.
Yeah, so
Because I know two local game shops that are top notch, top
Yeah,
tier, and they'll be nice to help with that.
Jason
Yeah,
is
so-
actually having an event every week. Is it that you're asking about events that they're having or a specific game?
Well, what I mean, like when I say like event, well, if you say that he has one every week, I did not see that at first. But thanks for the information. But I didn't know that at first. I thought it was only that proving grounds he had. Like,
He started there, so he's having a different game. So he calls it bi-weeklies, but
oh yeah, I saw that.
So
bi-weeklies with the
is that you have a
Fortnite and the
specific game
Smash.
that you want to see? Then you
But him
can
have
Bye.
Fusion Core is actually in Mandeville too, so that's a
Yeah,
game.
I know Fusion Core.
Right, so just drop in and talk to Jason and see what can see
Yeah, man,
what can
we'll get in
happen.
touch with him and see
Yeah,
if we can fix
yeah,
it.
yeah. All right, what else is there? All right, any other questions?
Gasha asked, what about Pokemon?
Oh dear.
Oh yikes!
Yeah, I don't
Yikes.
know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yikes!
Okay. Can
Wait,
I
who asked that?
answer? Can I answer this one? Because I'm a nerd. So can I answer this one?
Well, if it doesn't have anything to do with esports,
Yeah. Okay.
They,
What happened is that
they do
Pokemon
actually.
actually has their own esports that's been
Yeah,
like
they do.
subsidized and supported by Nintendo themselves and the Pokemon Company. They have both regional and global, along with TGC and VGCs. So basically, we don't need to do anything. We just need to actually aim for those.
okay.
So yeah,
Okay, hold
Yeah,
on. Let
using
me
Pokemon scene is
just,
actually really consistent. It's
just to
like the F. It's
clarify.
like the fighter scene. It's
Which
really
Pokemon
quiet, but it's
game?
there. They
No, there's
they
one.
usually
Hello?
they usually go for the game that it's
But there,
it's usually the latest. It's usually the latest game.
man, all right. So Pokemon has different games. Pokken isn't the latest Pokemon game, but Pokken tournament is the only Pokemon tournament that was going on. I don't know if it's still going on.
Actually, no, actually, I'm going to have to disagree with you there because Pokemon also have TGC and VGC, which goes by the latest Pokemon game franchise and card game franchise.
Oh yeah.
So their
Oh,
esports team is actually really there because their VGC, especially regional, is 50,000 US dollars for the win, and for regional, it's 100,000 for the win,
and
which is
what time of
supported
the
by
year?
both Nintendo.
You know what time of the year that they have that event?
Sakai, what? Wow.
Who's responding?
Sakai is asking about some. Okay, we're just going to ignore that.
Ignoring an actual question. Wow, I didn't think it would actually come.
Sims 4 does not have an esport for one. Minesweeper probably. Google Chrome
Minesweeper doesn't.
esports. Dinosaur
Okay,
game, you have no internet esports. No.
dark side. Ignore those, right? They're just trolling. It's just a joke.
Does
Don't take
somebody
it.
have an. Well, Jay, I have tournaments of Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Somebody asked a
Community
question.
wise in Jamaica, Gregory, what
Doubt
do
it.
you think about that?
Gregory, what do you say about this?
Andrew.
Dragon Ball FighterZ is not a well supported game in Jamaica.
Yeah, so.
Unless the community grows a lot more than it currently is.
Not being able to attack.
No. Event that we will need players for. We won't see many tournaments in that. There were tournaments earlier on in Mandeville, other places, but the support for Dragon Ball FighterZ was not there in terms of persons who played competitively. No.
Okay. Any other questions?
Oh, one question. Pertaining to the mobile scene, I just saw somebody put up the emote, so I remember.
Oh boy.
Pertaining to like Mobile Legends, is that like what's happening?
Mobile Legends.
All right, mobile.
Yeah.
All right. From what I've seen, Mobile Legends have obviously they have their own esports and they've been
Hold
pushing
on a
it.
second.
What
Hold on
happened
a
is that
second.
they're mostly concentrated around Philippines, though. I'm not sure about anything
All right.
else.
Here's what, as I said, I said a blanket statement before, and we just have to state to that. If the community is active, and
Yeah.
we are aware, are made aware that you guys are serious about doing something or progressing, right? And when I say active, I don't mean one or two guys playing whatever you actually mean like a movement, so that we can push towards whether there's a esports event or what. Once we can do that, once you guys can do that, we will put the effort to try and get it done. Because it's not only the games that you hear us mention are played at some of these championships. Like even with the Mexico thing, they're playing as I said, Clash Royale, they're playing Overwatch, and they're playing they're playing King of Fighters as well. So, but because we don't have no Overwatch players like that, you have one and two people that play
I
Overwatch.
play King of Fighters.
Yes, but
That's
that's
the
just
thing.
you alone. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
true.
FORTNITE,
But
let the
look,
man explain to my G. Let the man
yeah.
finish
So
saying then we can add
so
on. My God.
so
Two can't do
basically,
anything can pass.
yeah. So basically, once you guys in the community putting yourself together, put that to us in the executive to say, hey, this is what we want to do. There's X amount of us in the community. We're fairly skilled in the game. See if you can help us to move further than this. You get what I'm saying? So that goes for every game, whether it's a mobile game, console game, PC game, any game. Just get yourself together. We can't put the community together. We can only help to facilitate what you guys want to do, right? And it don't just pertain to jobs. I mean, don't just pertain to the gaming, because I just meant spoke about UTech and I'm not getting any questions about like UTech and them kind of stuff, because we're
Well, I'm
trying
not
to
close to UTech, so.
create a esports program. Incubator is supported esports. We're trying to close this off within the next year or two. So the sooner we can get all of these activities going, with the workshops and that kind of thing, and the interest level is there, there's other things that the community will be able to benefit from, because for persons who looking for a degree or want to get into a degree program, I'm sure that a esports degree program would work out for you, because it's not just about playing the games. There's many other things involved in it, so you still be a qualified person when you're finished with the program. So, any other questions?
Gregory, just a friendly reminder, it's currently 9:16, 14 more minutes till the
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. All
Premiere.
right, all right. So,
This seat is
all right.
somebody's asking about what about the seat? Well, we don't have
the seed doesn't have a community, VN.
a
I don't
community
even know
really,
what this
so
seat is.
I have
it's
no
like
idea what Gashara is even
Dead by
talking
Day.
about, honestly.
It's
All
like
right,
Dead
so
by Daylight. So
Pretty much the same response for the other games that you've been calling before.
all right, so attending Caribbean tourneys. All right, Nick. So, sure, attending Caribbean tournaments are definitely something that we can do. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything in our region right now that we'll probably lean towards, simply because the Casesco is there. So going to the Casesco Championship would kind of constitute a championship for the region. If there's anything that is as big as that makes sense for us to spend the money on, certainly. We hope that Jamaica will actually be that hub, because we're working towards it. So let's see how that work out. All right. Ask about the esports degree. All right. So, like I said before, that the program, we have the incubator at UTech, which is basically a free room provided by the school for us to do our activities in. So whether we're going to play games, workshops, discuss stuff, plan stuff, link up, whatever it is, but just to show it's in the TIC, the Technology Innovation Center. So once we have that going properly, then that will contribute towards the esports program. The program has actually already been written, right? It just needs to be passed, vetted, and okayed. So therefore, um, we just need to get that stuff done. So the pre-incubator lasts a year. We should go in incubator for 1 year, and after the incubator, it should determine if there's a degree program. So it's not in yet. It's something that we're working on. Any other questions? Mike, I have a question for you. How is your side of the world?
Hello?
Yeah, yeah, I'm not here. I didn't hear what you said.
There's an issue with your mic, Mike.
Mic on him phone.
Can you guys hear me?
Not really.
Hey, we're barely hearing you. Barely hearing you. I barely hearing you. Still not hearing you. No, if
All
hard
right,
right.
well, maybe him come back in.
Greg,
Yeah, yeah.
Bad 2012. This degree is the first of its kind in the Caribbean.
Well, to my knowledge, there is actually no esports degree in the Caribbean or Latin America. I think Brazil is working on theirs, and possibly Argentina. I'm not sure. I need to ask some of the guys from the federations. But for our region, certainly it is and it will be. Nobody's no, anywhere near where Jamaica is in terms of development in our region right now, where esports is concerned. So we'll definitely be um first for that.
I have a question.
Sorry, I'm back.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, Mike, how things?
Well, in which regard?
Your side of the world, Hurricane Dorian, what's going on in Abercrombie?
Death.
Yeah, like nothing like what the news is reporting, right?
The news is reporting lower numbers because they don't have enough morticians and places to store the bodies.
Oh,
Oh,
wow,
wow.
Not surprised.
that's crazy.
We're expecting like anywhere between 2,500 to 3,000 people.
Wow.
And
And you saying like 100 or something like that?
80 or something like
80
that. Yeah.
people. Yeah, because everything I've seen on YouTube, you have persons saying they just everywhere they walk is just bodies everywhere they walk.
Yep. And that's not counting the ones that they won't be able to find.
The ones that they won't be able to find. Wow, that's crazy. All right, well, definitely know our thoughts, and thank God that you were unscathed.
Mm, Well, I mean, we still got this one that might come up.
Yeah,
It,
but
but
you didn't have relatives or friends over there, or
I had two friends in Abaco, both of them, well, one friend and her family, they're safe. Another friend and her family, they're safe. They
o-
moved here to
okay,
Nassau.
okay,
And I have some family in Grand Bahama that I haven't heard from yet.
okay. All right, broski. All right. So what Sekai is saying now? All right, for JEI to sponsor you a scholarship to where or to what?
For the degree, for the degree.
Oh, well, I mean, when when the degree comes on stream, USC. Oh wow. All right, Sakai. I think you're really going into troll mode right now.
No, my genuine question is, what do I must do to get a scholarship for that degree that you were talking
All right.
about?
All right. Well, that is something that the JEI can do if it's about a local thing. We can give you a recommendation, Sakai, right? But yeah. So for the local program, we will definitely recommend anybody that we believe excels in the workshops or genuinely shows potential but needs the assistance or the help. Typical requirements for most scholarships. So, it shouldn't be much different apart from the fact that, we it's just video game related or esports related. Hope that helps. Okay.
Hey, this is a question that I thought about today. Um, in terms of Royal Computer sponsorship,
All right.
well, what do they sponsor you? What do they help you with?
All right. So
Like
we have
discounts or something,
distributor.
or
We have distributor
what?
based
I'm not quite sure
pricing.
how the sponsorship with Royal Computers actually works.
All right, yeah. So I was saying we'll have distributor-based pricing from Raw Computers, so we don't pay retail for anything. So once we are aware that you want to purchase something, we will be able to activate that privilege for you. So we haven't automated the process as yet, but we're getting there as well. That way you can just walk in and you know deal with it. But all right, so it's 9:24 now. I'm basically going to try and cut this off right about now. See something from Vardan about free community events. So everybody, please remember to jump over to the YouTube. We need some of the numbers because our sponsors will also be looking at the videos, and we want them to see some numbers so we can keep getting our funding. Please jump over to the YouTube or pull up the page now, please. All right, pull up the page now. I don't know if Andrew can switch over to YouTube and the Twitch as well, so that we can see this wonderful work. I don't know if anybody know who Nick Terati is. He traveled with us and he does amazing work. And he did the you know, ah boy, fish fry. He did the editing, man.
Oh, I
He did
see.
it. Yeah, he did the editing for us, and it was here. Just post it on your post it,
Instagram.
yeah, Instagram, post it everywhere, just social media so that other people can watch it to see where yeah, post Andrew, put up the link on the
Yeah, I'm going to put up the link. I'm also going to
switch over to.
the stream as well.
Yeah, I share
So
it on Twitch.
yeah,
Alright.
for those who aren't on the YouTube.
Yeah. So yeah, let us watch the video, and please feel free to leave your positive or neutral comments, and spread the word. Tell everybody that Jamaica doing stuff with esports, and we need as much support as possible. All
Premiere is
right.
in 3 minutes, so it's at 9:30, right?
Yeah, 9:30. Yeah. So yeah, once the premiere countdown starts, we can sign off and then pay attention to the video. Any questions? Any more questions? Maybe one or two more before we go.
I think that answers everything.
Okay. All right. Well, if that is the case, thank you very much, everybody. As usual, we do appreciate the support. We appreciate that so much persons have come out to the community chat, and please feel free to send me a DM. I see some DMs coming in, and keep up the conversation, keep up the community. Don't just wait until we have something like this for persons to come together and have discussions. Feel free, and remember, UTech is there. Support UTech as well, and so on and so forth. Everybody have a blessed night, and as I said, please like the video and comment and show some support. Thank you very much.
All right, have a good night, Gregory.
All right, cool.